Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. I'm going to review the Cleveland RTX-3 wedges. Now I'm a little bit late to the party in reviewing these, mainly because I didn't get invited to the launch, but also I've only really managed to get around to doing a lot of wedge testing. So I've done some wedge testing already, I've got loads more to come. But I wanted to also have the opportunity to take them out on the golf course and test it in some conditions around the green, pitching and chipping and hitting some bunker shots. Which I've made some notes from, which I'm going to talk about, actually the notes from the feelings I was getting from these wedges. And I've come back inside to the Golf Academy here to hit some full shots on the GC2 and HMT to show you shots from 100 yards, see the flight, potentially the spin characteristics, and also from 50 yards. Now normally I test all my wedges in 56 degrees. I've only got this in a 54 degree and a 60 degree. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's the only wedges that I've got. So I'll have to just make do, hit the shots from there. You'll still be able to see the ball flights. RTX-3. I had the RTX 2.0s in my bag for quite a long time, nearly a year, and I absolutely loved them. I love those wedges. Looking now into the RTX-3, there is a whole new shape to these wedges. I would have described the 2.0 RTX, or Rotex 2.0, to be a very round head. They felt very spoon-like looking. They've gone away from that. They are a generous sized head, they are a big sized head in the Cleveland wedges, but it's nowhere near as spoon shaped. It's much sharper, it's much more symmetrical, and it looks fantastic. Big thing they talked about is moving the centre of gravity closer to the middle. And they openly admit, I watched a video on their channel saying that they got their location on the wedges before wrong. It was poor location of the centre of the club, which I find astonishing that they would ever admit that. Obviously they've got to see that this new product is performing better. So they've stripped weight out of the hosel, I believe 9 grams. And the way they've done that is shorten the neck by a centimetre, I think it was, and also strip some of the actual material out of the hosel and move that centre of gravity closer to the middle of the face. So on centred hits, the face doesn't twist anywhere near as much and feels a lot better. It's amazing that's not already been done, but that seems to be the case anyway. I've got this in, I'll talk about the feels in a moment. I've got this in 54 degrees, so much nicer looking head. Not as spoon-like looking. Let's hit some shots from 100 yards, and I'll talk about the feels when I was getting them out on the golf course as well. So it's not a full 54 for me, a little bit shorter swing. I'm loving that feel. I absolutely love it. And it backs up what I was saying when I was out on the golf course testing them. They feel superb. And I mean that. This is what I've written in my note. When I tested this wedge, when I was doing some chipping around the greens and out the bunkers, I wasn't getting loads of feel out the bunkers, but doing some pitching as well. My exact words, felt superb and great spin. I've not put in there, but I also found they were quite versatile. I like the fact you could open and close the face a little bit more if you needed to, hit them higher and lower. This is the VMG, which is the medium grind. They do have the VLG, which is low grind, and the VFG, which is the full grind. So this is just a normal medium grind and 11 degrees of bounce. So you can open the face a little bit. It's got a little bit of padding with the bounce, helping that turf interaction. Oh, that feel is just astonishing. It feels soft. Look at that. Honestly, it feels so beautifully soft. I would say it's a little bit less feel in the head, i.e. I can't quite feel where the head is coming down, whether that's the lighter material. But the softness of the face, oh, just like butter. And it's not a forged wedge. It just feels phenomenal. The softest wedge I felt so far. Let's see what those shots are doing from 100 yards. Now, I don't think they're going to spin up to 10,000 because I normally get 10,000 on a full 56 degree to 100 yards. And obviously I'm hitting a 54 degree here. Let's see what the numbers are coming out at anyway. Yeah, so as I expected, just with that 2 extra degrees of loft and I'm not hitting the ball anywhere near as hard, the spin rate on those are only 9,473. But just look at the 3 shots there. The spin numbers are almost identical, less than 200 RPM difference between them, which is great. Great for consistency, great for distance control, perfect, great for spin characteristics, very consistent spin numbers. Carry distance there, 104, 102, 102. Loving that. Just so consistent. It does feel great. I love the softness, and I really like this new look of the wedge. It's nowhere near as scoopy and spoony. Spoony, what a description. But that's what I found with the 2.0, that they were quite rounded. Let's go 50 yards now and hit some shots from there. So now I'm moving to the 60-degree wedge. And again, when I used the 60-degree in the 2.0, I was finding that I didn't like the look of the head. It looked too big in my opinion. This doesn't look as big anymore. It's so much more sharper. It's still a generous sized head. It's not the most slimline, but it's nowhere near as rounded and scoopy. It looks really nice looking head. I love that. I'm a big fan of these wedges. I like the feel of them tremendously, and I think they look great. There's 3 different finishes. This is the chrome finish. There is a satin finish, which is the black finish, and there is a taupe raw finish, which goes rusty, really rusty. I think I'd go chrome in maybe 52, 56, and then the black satin in the 60, just because I don't like too much glare on a 60-degree wedge. Let's throw some of these in at 50 yards. I love the look of that club. Honestly, when I was chipping around the green and in the bunkers as well at Lumine, they just felt so beautifully soft. Felt superb. And again, even on the short shots there, just feel fantastic. You know, I'm a huge fan of the feel. The looks, they've definitely improved it from the 2.0, nowhere near as big. Looks a lot sharper, looks a lot neater along the back. They've got these other grind options, which I've not got any to test, unfortunately. That feel balance where they strip the weight out to the middle, I can't feel it, but I'll be honest, is that helping with this feel I'm getting off the head anyway? Maybe that stripping of the weight from the heel and moving it more centered is giving me that feeling without me really noticing, without me knowing that's why I'm getting a nicer feel from the head. Oh, I love that. I feel like I'm hitting real consistent shots with them as well. I know I'm just doing it here on GC2, but just when I was on the course, when I was doing some testing with them, I just found that the flights and the consistency was really good. I could definitely use these. I could definitely play with these. I feel like I'm that late to the party, though. The RTX-4 might be coming out. That's not factually correct, by the way. I don't know if that's the case. Right, one more from 50 yards. Let's see if I can hold one. Oh, a little bit left again. That's a shame. But look at those, like, how consistent were those shots? 3 shots there. Felt great off the head. I bet those numbers are so consistent. Let me just disable the 100-yard shots. Yeah, I mean, just fantastic. Like, now I've gone up to 60-degree, you'll see a higher spin rate than you would do with a 56 from this type of shot. Spin rate there is 7,300. But you look at the differences between the first one and the last one. Oh, okay, there's 700 RPM there, but they're pretty consistent. Distances there, 49 yards, 52, 52. Carry distances. Really like it. I think the look of the golf club is fantastic. I think the feel far outweighs a lot of the wedges that I've tested already. I have got more coming, so stay tuned. I think the looks is far superior than last year's model. It's nowhere near as rounded and scoopy, spoony looking. Whether that feel balance is giving me that feeling of softness when I hit the middle, potentially, because this isn't a forged wedge, it's not a soft wedge. It shouldn't give me that feeling. It shouldn't give me that soft feeling. But on course and in here when I've just been hitting those, I'm loving the flight, I'm loving the consistent spin numbers, and just overall the feel is second to none. It is awesome. Love it. Love it. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review. If you have, click thumbs up, comment below. What do you think of the wedges coming out? What do you think of the Cleveland wedges? Sorry I'm a bit late to the party again, nearly 8 months late, I think. That's what happens when you don't get to go to the launch parties. No, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. I just didn't get a chance to test it, to be fair. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, lots more to come, and we'll see you next time.